yesterday, Kei-chan?
Wait, what did I do yesterday? I don't even remember. You didn't do so badly yourself, Mion. Yesterday was fun.
Oh yeah, that's right, Keiichi-kun. Thank you very much. For Mr. Bear.
I'm glad you like it. Don't use him as a pincushion, though.
I wouldn't.
Still chatting happily, we entered the classroom. The moment I stepped into the room, a splashing sound and a nasty sensation. It was a bucket filled to the brim with water. And unfortunately, my foot stepped right into it. That goddamn lolly's at it again.
Hi now! How diligent of you to mop the floor this morning!
Okay, the sound of me hitting something connected. Please tell me I just roundhouse Sakoto. I don't like Sakoto, in case that's not blatantly obvious. I don't know. Her existence rubs me the wrong way. Her and Rika are like the yin and yang of lolly culture. What the fuck did I just say? You know what? I'm leaving it in, just so y'all can judge me. I'm not proud of what I just said, though. Fucking hell. I need to sleep.
Keiichi-san flicked my forehead! You should set a more brutal trap next time.
Seeing that, Reina began to swoon as Mion looked on in disbelief. Everything was the same as always. Everybody was there and nothing felt out of place. The uncertainties in the back of my mind since yesterday had vanished.
What is it, Keiichi-kun? Didn't you get enough sleep, maybe? Maybe?
I slept like a log, but if you want, I'll do a reenactment during class.
You shouldn't do that.
Mion alerted us that the teacher was coming, so everyone shuffled off to their seats. The fuck are you? You never had a sprite before.
Good morning, everyone. So yesterday was the festival. Thank you to all the people who stayed to the end to help clean up.
We were all slackers, so none of us actually helped clean up. Yo, what about Rika, though? She probably did. Actually, I had a feeling the only thing we did yet was run around the festival and cause a ruckus.
Okay, then, this time of year you might see some people from around... This time of year you might see some people here from out of town doing interviews about the festival for magazines.
I thought it was the usual stuff, so I was going to tune it out, but then I noticed the different tone in her voice and started paying attention.
You may be asked questions. Please don't say anything silly or something that could be taken the wrong way. Do you understand?
In unison, everyone replied, "Yes, ma'am." What she said was really vague, but I understood what she was trying to say. After all, this was the 5th year. There were probably lots of third-rate reporters pouring in, hoping something regarding the curse had happened. It did nothing but perpetuate the village's bad image. She was saying, "Don't spout stupid shit you think is funny." Now I was one of the ones who needed to keep their mouths shut. I find it rather cute how I felt a sense of unity from such a trite thing, if I do say so myself. Has she always been our teacher, or have I just been stupid? I feel like that's the first time I've seen the sprite for the teacher before, and I don't, as I say, don't recognize her. And the moment someone new walks in on frame, I get more and more concerned. I was summoned to club activities after school. Since everyone was still pretty tired from yesterday, we just spent the day relaxing, but yeah, that wasn't happening. Today let's play a classic game of deduction. Oh, hell yeah, I love Werewolf.
How about this one?
Oh, a game from overseas. Looks interesting.
The instructions are in English. But the rules don't seem that hard. I won't lose you here. I'm not too bad at this game.
It seemed that Reina didn't handle this kind of game well.
The rules are the person who can match the murderer, weapon, and scene of the crime wins.
If there's something I hate... Okay, maybe not as much as Monopoly. But if there's something I hate, it's Cluedo. God fucking damn it. Why are we playing Cluedo? There were 3 kinds of cards comprised of suspects, weapons, and locations. I could see the names Mion and Rico were written on the suspect cards. Oh, a card with my name on it as well. There were plenty of different weapons too. Like knives, axes, poison. The locations are pretty nice too. Like the living room, study, the courtyard.
So basically, you take out one of each of the cards. These are the answer cards. Then we shuffle out the remaining cards and hand them out. We ask each other about the cards and figure out the right ones.
I see. So the cards nobody had are the true perpetrators.
Then you raise your hand if you know the answer.
You wait till it's your fucking turn, I'll have you believe.
Game ends and we check if the answer's correct. If you're right, then you get a point. If you're wrong, then you lose a point. Because the game ends, and if no one gets it right, all the cards are gathered up and redistributed. You'll learn as you go. You'll really have to use your brain. But you'll get confused if you don't take notes.
The rest of you can figure it out by playing. So, Mion, what's the penalty this time? Everyone directed their attention to Mion.
Let's see. Since it's a death game, death!
Wait, what?
Well, Will's still a little tough from yesterday, so maybe we'll take it easy with a gopher penalty. You'll be asked to rush out and buy stuff for everyone. So just being asked to go buy stuff like drinks and candy, I guess. I feel like the penalties today is pretty simple.
I wonder, is it really?
Is Keiichi-san thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah. You don't know what you'll have to go buy. I'm betting Mion would send out whoever loses to buy stuff like hemorrhoid cream or happy family planning manual or shit like that. The cards were lightly shuffled and passed out to each player. The real perpetrator, correct weapon, and the scene of the murder have been taken out, so that means all the cards in my hands are the innocent cards.
Now I'll go first since I'm the club president, I guess. Well then. Mion with a knife in the study.
You pick one suspect, one murder, one weapon, and one murder scene, and ask the other players. If you have any of those cards, then you must say I have one. However, you don't need to say which one you have. Yeah, I got it.
Me too. Oh my, all of them are here.
3 people answered when she asked if they had Mion, Knife, and Study. So that means that Mion, Knife, and Study are all in the clear. Got to jot that down.
And I'll go. Reina in the lounge with an axe.
Only 2 people said they had one. So that means out of Reina, Axe, and Lounge, one of them's correct and is part of the crime? No, wait. Even if they say they have one, they don't have to say how many. It's possible that either Sakoto or Rika-chan has 2 of the cards.
Well, Kei-chan's next. Go ahead.
Wait just a little. I'm still sorting things out. The game had me thinking more than I thought. Yeah, Cluedo's actually not a bad thinking game. It's just, it takes for fucking ever. Man, this feels like it's gonna be tough.
Alright, now I have the criminal.
What? Already? Here I am spinning around in circles and Mion just now raises her hand.
The murderer is Rika-chan. In the infirmary with the poison. Well?
Mion drew the cards from the box and checked to see if her deductions were right.
I was right! All I needed was one more hand. I can tell whether it was poison or a pistol. I never use a pistol. I like killing them slowly with poison.
Rika-chan said such a hugely terrifying thing with such a sweet little face. Everyone was making a commotion about how they almost had it. Reina and I were left out in the cold, though.
How did you do, Keiichi-kun? I couldn't get it at all.
Don't worry. I had no idea either.
How can you both be so unsure? You both end up in last place together at this rate.
That's even worse. Going to buy up something together as a couple? What if we ended up having to go buy the Happy Family Planning Manual?
I can tell from Keiichi's expression that he's not very good at this game.
Well, that's not true. I'll show you the true power of the Sherlock Maibara during the next round.
My, that's just wonderful. I shall give you quite the thrashing.
After that, I managed to somewhat grasp the trick behind this game, but I was still always a step or 2 behind. I saw that Mion was somehow gleaning information from from how the others were asking their questions. The level of experience was just too much. The only way I could stage a comeback was if I became ruthless. I tossed out the simple concept of deduction and switched over to the thought process needed to win. The important thing isn't to find out the criminal, it's to win the game. Eureka! Sorry, need to go to the bathroom. Sorry, I read that before I read that before I spoke it, and I just had to giggle to myself. I'm sorry.
Take your time and squeeze out a nice one. John, that's gross.
I had to hold off the game and headed down the hall. The air was crisp. It showed just how stagnant the air in the classroom was from our body heat. On the school grounds, some of our classmates were still playing around. After spending some time cooling my head, Reina had made her way over towards me.
Keiichi-kun, did you call for me?
Yeah, I did. As I got up from my seat, I winked over at Reina. I'm glad it worked out. I don't want to waste much time, so I'll get right to the point. Reina, what's your record? What's your record at this game we're playing today? She was taken aback. For a moment, she hesitantly opened her mouth. Well, all losses. Why do you ask, I wonder? I could tell from how apprehensively she was playing. The way things are going, I will as well. I can't figure out a way to pull off a last-minute comeback on this one. I guess both of us will be taking that penalty. Hey, don't accept defeat already. How about we win this? Both of us. But how can we? I brought my lips up to Reina's ear. Much whispering was had. Did you forget, Reina? Second rule of our society. Do everything in your power to obtain victory. Yeah! I'll try my best. Our plan of attack was quite a rudimentary one. At the beginning of the game, everyone would be focused on their own hand for a while, taking notes and whatnot. Since our seats were right next to each other, we'd reveal our hands to each other. If we did it under the desk, then nobody would know. We begin the game with twice as much information as everyone else. Having this much information would mean we'd need to investigate less. With this sort of plan of attack, we start off with a big lead over the others. With this, we can probably win! We both smirked at each other. If I was a shady businessman, then Reina was a corrupt senator. Pleasure doing business with you. Let's hurry back! Well, what's the duo to surprise everyone? Hey now! There's no point if we go back together. We'd be like flat out telling them we made a little arrangement. Sorry, then what should we do? Go back ahead of me, Reina. I'll take my time coming back after washing my face with something. Okay, got it. Reina turned around and headed back to the classroom. Guess I should wait a bit longer before going back. If I went a little too soon, it wouldn't seem like I went to the bathroom. If Mion or one of the others suspected something, then that could cause problems. Well, they'd figure it out sooner or later, because both Reina and I would start winning over and over again. Both Reina and I will have earned enough points to avoid being the losers by the time Mion realized what was happening. Excellent. Not bad at all. Maebara-kun! May I have a moment? Huh? It's the teacher. Man, things were just getting good. What is it? I'm a bit... You have a guest. Please make your way to the entrance. A guest? Not like I own a hotel. They've been waiting. Please hurry. Right before my big match was pretty bad time to have a visitor, but the fact that someone was here to see me was strange enough to pique my interest. I didn't want to waste any time, so I decided to take care of it quickly. The entryway was a heavy contrast from the hot sunlight and deep shadows. Waiting there, looking uncomfortably warm, was a middle-aged man, his tie sloppily loosened and his jacket tucked under his arm. You Maebara-san? Keiichi Maebara... Why have I defaulted to northern? Why? Why have I defaulted to my northern accent? God fucking damn it, I'm committing now though. Keiichi Maebara. I already hate it. What have I done? There was no question that he wasn't a resident of Hinamizawa, and this was without a doubt his first time he'd met me. Ever since I met Tomitaki-san, it seemed like I was fated to meet middle-aged men. Wow, okay.
そうですよ。
That's right.
どちら様
Who
ですか？
might you be?
私の車はエアコン
I
が
have
効い
the
てます
AC
か
on
ら
in my car.
そっ
Let's
ちでお
talk
話
there.
しましょう。こ
It's a
こ
bit
暑
hot
くあ
here,
りま
don't you
せん
think? What the fuck have I... What is this voice? I already hate it, but I've committed to the bit. The man, completely ignoring my question, pointed over to his car, parked near the gate, and began walking. You've got to be kidding me! I have no intention of going alone with some geezer I didn't even know when he was asking me to get into his car with him?
だってクリア
I'm
しま
not
せ
going to
ん
buy it.
どう
Come
ぞ
on
ど
now.
うぞ
The fact that I'm asking this Yorkshire accent makes it more unnerving, if I'm honest. Oh god, no wonder people feared the Yorkshire Ripper. He opened the back door of his car and called me over. I didn't like this old man, but I wanted to know what this was about. Even while knowing that conversations that start out like this never led to anything good. The inside of his car was pretty cool. Cars with air conditioners were supposed to be a luxury. My dad didn't have one in his car, at least.
冷えすぎだったら言ってく
Please
だ
let
さ
me
い
know
よ
if it's too cold for you, okay?
私
I have a
ガンガンに
habit of
冷やし
cranking it all the way
を
up.
立ちますから
で、
So,
Lenny,
what
none of
business
this
do you
one.
have with me? Out of spite, I decided to ignore his remark in the same way he did to me and start my own line of questioning. He pulled out a notepad from his pocket and took a picture that was stuck between the pages. On it was the face of a pretty goofy-looking guy.
この男性のことでご
If
存
you
知
know
の
anything
ことがあっ
related
た
to
ら
this
教えてください
individual, then please tell me. The heck is this? I doubt even his close friends will be able to recognize who he was from this expressionless picture that looked like it was taken at the DMV.
シャツにマジックで落書
Well,
きがありま
scribbles
し
on
た
started
ね
shirt done in permanent marker.
前原さんをはじ
Starting
め
with yours,
ク
my
ラスメイト
Barra-san,
何
and
人
quite a
か
few of
の
your
署名
classmates
で
as
し
well.
た
え？
Huh?
これ
This is Tomitake-san? There was no hint of his usual unreliable and easygoing personality in this photo. It was expressionless, half asleep face.
ではこちらの
Then
女
you
性
know
は
this
わかり
woman?
ますか
Even before seeing it, I had a good idea of who it was.
名前は知りません
I
けど
don't remember her name, but she's some lady who was with
Tomitake-san
Tomitake-san last night. I didn't know what her name was, but I did know she was a resident of Hinamizawa.
この二人に最
When
後に
was the last time you saw these two?
渡流しのお
The
祭り
night of the
の晩
Watanagashi?
一緒に話
We
をしまし
spoke.
た。二人とも仲
They
良さそう
seemed
で
pretty
した。
close, I guess.
何か気になったこととか
Did anything bother you about them?
何でも結構
Anything?
です
Anything's fine.
話してください
Go ahead and say it. Being asked for every little detail is troubling, honestly. I had a pretty good idea of who this guy was by now.
富武さんたちに
Did something
何
happen
か
to
あった
them?
んですか？
Said happen in this fucking strange way. There was no response to my inquiry. Thus I replied to that silence in kind. I was pretty sure... No, certain that this guy was a cop. Then why? Why was he asking about Tomitake-san? Did something happen to him? More importantly, why me? Shouldn't there have been plenty of other people who knew more about him than I did? The roar of the air conditioner felt unbearably loud. After a long pause, he finally spoke again.
前原さんは
You moved here just recently. Isn't that right, my Barra-san?
ご存知ですかな
You aware, I wonder,
例の
about the stories of Oyashiro-sama?
話は
Japanese and Northern just doesn't work together! My heart began to race. I'm pretty terrible at hiding things. Probably showed on my face.
全く知らない
Not at all.
知らない
If you
のな
don't,
ら
then that's
結構
fine.
ですがね
まあ聞いたことく
Well, I
らい
have heard of it.
富武さんが教えてくださ
Tomitake-san
った
told
ん
me,
ですけど
actually.
どの辺まで
How much do you already know about it? The dismemberment killing. The accidental death. The death by illness, followed by suicide. And the lady who was beaten to death. The incidents that always happen on the day of the Watanagashi, ending in suspicious deaths. I didn't think Tomitaki-san would actually have kept anything from me. I think that was everything. No. Rather, I didn't want to think there was anything more than that. Maibara-san, do you believe in the curse? Feel free to speak openly about it.
信じてません。
I don't believe in it. My answer was instant. It wasn't so much that I didn't believe in it, as it was I was on the verge of believing. I wanted to clear away my own doubts. That was the more prominent thing. Really? And that's great. Guess you really are one of those city-raised boys.
信じてなかったら何なん
So
ですか
what if I don't believe?
俺、
I have friends waiting, so could you get to
あ
the
まり時
point?
間取れないんですけど。
Man in this picture's dead. My mind went blank. Huh? What happened to Tomitaki-san? It would seem that he died last night. That was the night the Watanagashi. I know it's serious, I still fucking laugh at me doing Japanese words in a northern accent. It just doesn't work, and yet this apparently has become one of my mainstay voices. Do you understand the implications behind that, Maibara-san?
意味って
Implications? Not any for the cause of his death or the reasons behind it. The real problem was that he died on the day of the Watanagashi. Meaning, this year the curse of Oyashiro-san read once again. The death of Jiro Tomitake is still confidential. You can understand why that is, right? I didn't want to understand why.
教えてください。
Please tell me.
一体何が
Tell
あ
me
った
what
んですか
happened. It was rather peculiar. Might be a little too graphic for someone born and raised in Hinamizawa. It was a roundabout way of saying it, but it caused me to doubt whether or not I wanted to hear the rest. I would only force myself to learn of something I shouldn't. Or at least, that's how I figured I would feel if I listened to the rest. Okay, so this is the radio report I listened into. So this was about the thing from that night. One of our patrol cars discovered the body on the way back for security detail at the festival. It was late, about 5 till midnight. Location was, you know where the road becomes paved, right? Down past the slope and the shoulder around there. There were a few streetlights on that road. Its pitch blackness was only broken by the lights of passing cars and the moon. It was a stroke of luck that Tomitaki-san was spotted collapsed on the shoulder of the road. Tomitaki-san was face down, covered in blood. Blood and muck covered the asphalt. They thought it was a hit and run at first. But when officers checked to see if he was still alive, he quickly noticed something abnormal. I'm assuming stab wounds. His throat had been ripped open. That's worse than what I was picturing. Okay.
Knife.
From a knife or something? No. Nails. Oh! Oh, God, if he'd not fucking died from that, the tetanus would have. Nails? As in fingernails? That's even worse! I thought you meant fucking nails. The ones that you put wood together with, not fucking, like, fingernails. Jesus Christ, people! Why do you all live here? You mean his neck was clawed through? In the coroner's report, it was revealed that it was his own neck. This just gets worse! I forgot to speak somehow. Hold on, I need a drink. God, where the fuck is my alcohol? I was not prepared for this.
それって
What does that even mean? Basically, it means it wasn't a murder. It was a suicide. Tomitake-san, whatever was going through his mind, tore open his own throat. As hard as he could with his own nails. Tore through his skin until he started to bleed. And even then, Tomitake-san didn't stop. He continued clawing, with enough intensity that he could have peeled off his nails. Still clawing. Still clawing! Then, his nails reached those vital arteries that you should never damage. He continued clawing. Blood splattered on the ground around him. As he bled, while gasping for his breath, he collapsed, his body spasmed, and he died in agony. We thought drugs were to blame, but we detected nothing of that nature. But this was a suicide? I never heard of such a thing! It's a natural way of dying. If this wasn't a mysterious death, then what was? The way he died. In these 5 years, his death most resembled that of a curse. As if to show both myself and Tomitake-san, who proclaimed that no such thing as a curse, that we were wrong. There are a few more suspicious details. From his body chemistry, perspiration, ethylation? Yeah. From his body chemistry, perspiration, ethylation, and so on, we concluded that he was in a state of hysteria right before his death. That was a given. It's hard to believe someone could be in a sound state of mind while clawing out their own throat. Wounds on his hands matched a discarded piece of lumber found nearby. There are traces as to where he struck trees and guardrails with it. Tomitake-san's blood was found all over the place. Meaning that while he was tearing out his own throat, he was swinging around a piece of lumber? There were external injuries, most of which were self-inflicted, discovered on Tomitake-san. There's a high probability that Tomitake-san was assaulted. External injuries suggest there may have been multiple suspects. To summarize, Tomitake-san was surrounded and attacked. While wandering the night roads in a state of panic after being cornered, he picked up a piece of lumber and tried to fight back. Somewhere in there, he began madly tearing out his own throat, clawing at it. Then he died. Presumed time of death was between 9 PM and 11 PM, meaning it occurred right after you finished talking to Tomitake-san at the festival. Everyone signed Tomitake-san's shirt, and then they parted ways. Right after that... Oh yeah, he should have been with a woman. What about her? She's missing. She hasn't shown up to work, and she hasn't returned home either. There's a very high probability that she was involved in this incident. For a while, I could only gaze off into space. I never would have thought that something unfortunate happening to someone close to me could affect me this deeply. The time I had spent with Tomitake-san was short. But we went to the same festival, spent time together, and took part in the same competition. He was one of us. We've been continuing the investigation on various fronts. When it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, the villagers here aren't very cooperative. That I knew well. It would have been none the wiser if not for Tomitake-san, the outsider, telling me. So that's why you came to me? Because I'm not originally from Hinamizawa? I should have been angry that the reason he wanted to hear was... I should have been angry that was the reason he wanted to hear from me. Things go on the way they've been. The conclusion would be that Jiro died. Jiro Tomitake died from Oyashiro-sama's curse. He turned away from me and gazed far off into the distance. Then The night of the Watanagashi, during the sacred ritual, he callously snapped off photos, angering Oyushiro-sama. That's how it's going to turn out. There's no way Oyushiro-sama would inflict divine punishment on Tomitaki-san. Tomitaki-san had to have been killed by humans. A cowardly group, no less. There's no way I'm going to end up letting this be the fault of some curse. I think so as well. There's no such thing as divine punishment or curses. The tense mood was cut with a man's hearty laugh. That's how this must be, my Bara-san. Cooperation from individuals in Hinamizuwa who don't believe in the curse is indispensable. Understand? Neither Tomitaki-san nor I believed in curses. But with the way things were going, it would just end up with Tomitaki-san's death marking the 5th year. Which would mean that Hinamizuwa had rejected Tomitaki-san. That was something I couldn't allow. Tomitaki-san was one of us. He didn't live in Hinamizuwa, but he came every single year. In that sense, he was more a resident than I was. There was no way that Tomitaki-san could have been cursed by Oyushiro-sama. But there's nothing I can do to help. I have no idea what happened that night either. No. If you see or hear something that draws your attention, then that's enough. If I see or hear? He was talking in the future tense. Things or people or rumors. Anything's fine. I don't care if they're unfounded. Here, this is my number. If I'm not there, just leave a message with whoever picks up. He handed me a piece of paper with his number on it, but I hesitated for a second. If I took it, then whether I wanted to or not, I'd be mired knee-deep in this matter. Please help me solve these questions surrounding Tomitaki-san's unfortunate death. That's right. Why was I hesitating? I need to find the murderer who killed my friend. I snatched at the piece of paper and a satisfied grin spread across his face. Everything we spoke of today is a secret. Please keep this confidential. Understood. From your friends as well. Especially from Sonozaki-san and Furude-san. Please don't inform them. Sonozaki? You mean Mion? Why? Are you saying they have something to do with the incident? Which one of... I'm desperately now just searching the back... I rolled back and I realized I shouldn't do that in my chair, because I needed to think. Which one of my friends' surname was Furude? Was it Rika? Because the Shinto priest that died was Furude. So... I wonder if that's some relation. If it's not Rika and it's... It's definitely not Reina. Because Reina is Ryugyu. And I can't remember Sakoto's. But I'm thinking it might be Rika's. That would make the most sense to me. With my friend's name being brought up so abruptly and being told to keep it a secret from them, I became rather angry. This is what they call investigative privilege, I suppose. Don't play games with me! Mion is a close friend of mine! I snapped at him, but he didn't seem to be especially offended. I wouldn't mind telling you, but it may just upset you. Say it! He hesitated a little. Turning his gaze to the outside of the car, he began to speak as if after thinking for a bit. There's a possibility that a string of incidents happening here in Hinamizuwa are a result of a village conspiracy. There's no way that could be right! Give me a break. First of all, is there any proof of that? No evidence. Also, each of the cases were resolved and none of the perpetrators had any direct connection to the village. And how did you come to that conclusion? Every year, The enemies of the village die on the day of the Watanagashi. Don't you think that's enough reason to suspect something? Only the residents of Hinamizawa felt that the day of the Watanagashi was sacred. So basically, because incidents happened on that day, it was somehow related to Hinamizawa? First, it was the dam construction foreman. And it was the villager who supported it. Those the village hold a grudge against die one after the other from mysterious causes. Means are different, but in the end, the result's the same. Unfounded, unreasonable suspicion. But it just couldn't be shrugged off. So, the victims after that, what about the Shinto priest and his wife's death? They weren't enemies of the village. The villagers had expected leadership from the Shinto priest at the time of the dam dispute, but he wasn't proactive, so there was a faction of villagers who harbored ill will toward him as a result. Ill will? It's not like he did anything bad to the village. What about the housewife after that? Did she just die because she was the wife of the brother of a supporter? That's such a trivial reason to kill someone. What about Tomitake-san? He's not affiliated with the dam project at all. Was he just killed because he was an outsider? In the beginning, it fell on those related to the dam project, but as the years went on, the enemy threshold of victims had become much lower. Well, that's the scary part. The bar keeps getting lower. What's scary about that? Means it's not just enemies of the village anymore. Just being an outsider could be reason enough. Then you're saying next year's victim will just be picked outside of the village, or picked at the village outsider pool? Might be a person that just moved here. What do you mean by... I swallowed my words. Here in Hinamizawa, the ones who would be considered the most outside would be... my family. I was proof enough of that, wasn't I? I still really couldn't remember the names of people I passed by. Then the next victims... my family... Was he saying that it was going to be me? But what does that have to do with Mion? I can't go into details, but the Sonozaki family led the dam protests. Well, that explains a lot, doesn't it? Quite fervently so. This is also true of Mion Sonozaki herself. She has quite a few misdemeanor and obstruction of public worker offences on her record because of the protests. I knew Mion had fought. This was the first I've heard of her family leading the protests, though. Then, well, what did it all mean? Are you saying that Mion's family is involved with a string of incidents? I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying that if it was a conspiracy, they'd have the highest probability of being behind it. Not a very clear explanation. Felt like he magnificently avoided the details I really wanted to know. We don't know who or how involved anyone is right now. That's exactly why I don't want you to say anything to the villagers. Instead of answering, I gave a very bitter expression. It seemed that he understood well enough. And think of it like this. I don't want to worry the villagers who blindly believe it's the curse. How about that? What do you mean, how about that? How should I know? But the reasoning behind wanting me to not carelessly open my mouth about it wasn't too hard to comprehend. The perpetrator was here. It had nothing to do with the curse. He was definitely going to be caught by the police and made to pay for his crimes. And none of the villagers should have anything to do with that process. It may cause those sensitive about the curse just to worry needlessly.
みんなが俺に心配させないために
Just like everyone kept it from me so I wouldn't have to worry.
今度は俺がみん
Is
な
it
に
now
心
my
配
turn
させ
to
ない
keep
た
it
め
from
に
them so they don't
内
have
緒
to
にする
worry?
番ってことなのか
I was just talking to myself. Unlike me, everyone else had been worrying over these mysterious incidents yearly. And the incident this time probably means a lot more to them. I didn't want to burden them anymore. In the end, everything went as the man had wanted, as insipid as it was. But it couldn't be helped.
わかりました俺だけの秘密にしま
I understand. I'll keep it to myself.
すそれでいいで
Is
すよ
that
ね
fine? Mr.
名前
沖宮署の
Oishi...
大石
Oshiki? I'm gonna go with Oshiki. Oishi. No, it's Oishi. Oishi? Someone in the comments, please yell at me. He probably said it himself, and I'm gonna listen to it in post and shout at myself, but please, again, feel free. Oishi from the Okinomiya police station.
なんなら
You can call me Kura-chan if you want.
あいや
No.
大石さんでいいです
Oishi's fine. Oishi. The way he said it was unpleasant, yet retained hints of politeness. It was like the spitting image of a vulgar police officer. Though I'd never seen one this bulky in the cop shows I watch.
時間を取らせすぎ
I've
ました
taken up too much time.
お友達を
Your friends are
待たせて
waiting,
いま
aren't
す
they?
よねもう
I should probably let you go
戻った
back
方
to
がいい
them.
でしょ
The door opened with a click and in streamed the oppressive heat. It was blistering outside of the car. Was it really this hot of a day? It was almost cruel heat as opposed to the mechanical coolness inside the car. It was as if the land of Hinamizawa itself suddenly hated me. I felt a little sad as that thought crossed my mind.
お友達を疑い
I didn't mean to suspect your
言った
friends.
わけではありませんからね誤解
Please
しない
don't
でください
misunderstand
よ
that. I refrained from telling him that it was too late to say something that self-serving.
前原さんが何も
It's fine if you don't
見つけず
if you don't see or hear
しな
anything,
か
my
ったとして
Bara-san.
もそれは
It
村が
helped prove
関わ
that
って
the
いない
village
という
is not
証拠
involved
になる
after
んで
all.
すから
見たり聞いたりしたら連絡します
I'll
けど
contact you if I hear or see anything.
俺は
I'm no
担当じゃないですから
detective.
ね変な期待
Please
し
don't
ないで
expect
くださ
too
いよ
much from me.
しません
I
しません
won't.
探偵
You
に
don't
なら
have
な
to
くて
become a
いいですよ
detective.
今までの
Just
よ
go
う
on
に
living
自
as
然
if
に
you
生
have,
活して
as
く
you
だ
have
さい
up until now.
その中で
Just let me know if you
見聞き
notice
したことを
anything.
教えてくだされば結構なんです
I hastily made my way back to the school building after giving him a quick bow.
またお会いしましょう
See you later.
さようなら
Farewell, my
前原さん
Bara-kun. I returned to the school building without looking back. I don't know how much time had passed. I did feel bad for keeping them waiting, but right now there was a lot on my mind. Tomitaki-san's death was hard enough as it was. But to think there was a possibility of a village conspiracy? Worse still, there was also a chance that Mion was involved. Nonsense. Impossible. Not Mion, not Reina, not Sakoto, and not Rika-chan. It was a group that attacked Tomitaki-san. Who could the perpetrators be? Could it be... they were hiding here, somewhere in Hinamizawa? I didn't know. All I could say for certain is that I knew that Mion couldn't be the perpetrator. It's Mi-chan! The perpetrator! Huh? I was startled to hear Reina's voice. Oh yeah, we were playing Monopoly. The rope in the lounge. Nope. Reina clutched her head while flailing about. Looks like you've just self-destructing over here. Wow. Ah! Kichi-san, you're quite late. As you may well know, I'm seething with anger.
あ
Ah.
ごめんごめん
Sorry about that. I was called into the staff room, you see.
You were reprimanded for bad behavior? That's a shame. Well, it's been pretty heated over here. It is getting pretty late. Let's make the next game the last one.
If I remember right, I had 0 points. Isn't it pretty much decided that I'm going to be last?
Don't worry, Keiichi-kun. I have -1 point.
The heck? Her score is lower than mine, and I wasn't even playing!
Is the final match to decide the penalty is going to be carried out by Reina alone, or both Kei-chan and Reina?
Yeah, right. Let's let Reina do the penalty by herself.
We made a promise, Keiichi-kun. We would both win. I waited all this time, you know.
I'm sorry about that. Reina, you weren't meant to tell the others. I followed my initial plan of showing Reina my cards, but I didn't say who the criminal was. But I didn't say who was the criminal and just waited for her to call.
I got it! The murderer is me! With the poison at the entrance! Is it? My Reina, quite quick an answer. Another stab in the dark? Reina's correct. Then it's decided that Keiichi shall take part in the penalty as well! Keiichi-kun, let's both do our best!
Yeah, let's do our best. It's my fault, so I have no other choice.
And that's game! It's Mion Sonozaki, ranked first. In dead last, Keiichi Maibara, Reina Ryugyu.
Everyone applauded as the game ended. Problem now was the penalty.
Now then, I ranked first, so I'll be deciding what you buy for the gopher penalty. What will she make us buy, I wonder.
Let's blacklist the drugstore. That was your aim, wasn't it?
Huh? I don't have any business at the drugstore. This old man's already got a list prepared for you on this piece of paper. Oh, there's a lot written here.
A lot? Damn it, what is she making us buy? 2 blocks of tofu, shampoo and conditioner, apple vinegar and fried tofu. The heck is this?
It looks like more of a shopping list than a penalty. Me was certain she was going to win today. Rule 7 of our society! You cannot refuse any penalty! Here's some money. The shampoo I usually get is fruit fable. Thanks!
This is just your grocery list! I promised myself that if I won next time, I'd make her go buy hemorrhoid cream. And yet all I'm doing is buying Mion's groceries. I have recorded for 1 hour and 40 minutes. I have not done this since the Steins Gate days. Holy fuck. You know what? Sure, I can read these, and that's probably a good thing for 2 episodes. Don't have a clue, apparently, as the things feels like telling me. As I say, I'll read these now, and that's 2 episodes. There are more than 4 perpetrators and a search notice. Hypovolemic shock induced by clawing out their own throat. Tissue packed under the nails, not someone else's nails. It's undoubtedly the individual's own nails. The shape of the scars also matches. Yeah, I know the immediate cause of death was suicide. I get it. You're saying this cause of death is unnatural, right? It's not quite on the same level as when your back itches and you scratch it a little too hard to draw blood, after all. Some of Tomitaki-san's fingernails have been pulled out. Fingernails actually rip off surprisingly easily. But it really hurts. Under normal circumstances, the pain would prevent you from completely pulling them out. Also, there were lots of bruises on Tomitaki-san's body. It's clear from the shape of them that he was assaulted by someone or a group of people. According to toxicology report, the deceased was in an extreme state of hysteria right before death. Then he fought back and clawed out his own throat because of how hysterical he'd become. The guys attacking him certainly be surprised by that. It's possible that in such an abnormal environment, a person could perform acts that the sane individual couldn't possibly imagine. Of course, those are very rare cases. Actually, Oishi-kun, the wood plank the deceased used as a weapon. They only found sand and the paint from the guardrail on it. What about cloth fibers or skin? Nothing. The deceased didn't strike the assailants. Or it could be that he took the plank he was fighting back with. In that case, they would have gone out of the way to replace it with another. They'd take them all. That's true. Tomitaki's pretty built and tanned. He was quite athletic. That's right. He was pretty active. I can't imagine what kind of sports he did when he was alive, but I think his physical strength would be on the higher side. Meaning it would be difficult to overpower in a brawl. If a man with such a physique was sensed he was in danger and swung the plank around frantically, it's just unthinkable to think that it wouldn't even nick the perpetrator. And his opponents were unarmed. This guy had a wooden plank, so you'd think he'd hit them at least once. To surround and take down someone of his physique. I wonder how many people it'd take. You dimwit, if anything, that's your specialty. Have you forgotten your bad cop days? If I was able to take down this guy, how many would I need? When a group wants to take down a big prey, it's fundamental to attack with numbers. I'd guess about 4. Even if there was a gap in their strength, they'd manage. And then there were quite a few perpetrators. So any drunken disorderly groups of more than 4 are suspicious. A group of 4 or more. If there had been that many, then couldn't they have just hidden the body in a less obvious location? Or did he somehow break away from that fatal predicament? Then there would be no reason to commit suicide. Moreover, I still comprehend the irregular way he died. It's full of mysteries. That's under serious consideration on my end too. I'll be examining it as thoroughly as possible, but don't get your hopes up. After all, we've never encountered a death like this before. I'm not hoping for much, but I am looking forward to the results. Oichi-san, the chief's calling for you. Thanks. See you around. Yeah, best wishes. Okay. So, it looks like a group of 4 or more people assaulted him, hence giving rise to the cult theory. The search notice. We'll see what we've got. Jiro Tomitake, deceased. Resided in a cheap hotel in Shishibone City. Registered under the name Jiro Tomitake. Pen name. Travels via folding bike. No license. Bicycle was found 300 meters away, abandoned at the side of the forest path. Present on the day of the festival. Accompanied by the missing Mio Tanako. Takano even, not Tanako. Was seen around 9 p.m. by police. Location afterwards, unknown. Held residence in Hinamizuwa for 1 week each season for the last 5 to 6 years. Freelance photographer specializing in wild birds. Check with magazine companies. Nothing suspicious in the film located among the articles of the deceased. Well, it was among the articles of the deceased. Mere act of violence? Yeah, so it wasn't a mugging. From the contents of his wallet, he spent most of his time around Tokyo and Chiba. Along with the Sobu National Railway line? No individual mentioned the name Jiro Tomitake in the residency records of any of the Tokyo wards. Compare teeth to dental records. Send to Metro Police. Attach a photo. Send to Metro Police. Contact magazine regard Jiro Tomitake. Mio Takano. Missing. Nurse of the... fucking hell, Japanese. Is that Irie? Irie? Irie Clinic? I'm probably overcomplicating it. It's probably Irai. Or something like that, but I don't know. Became close to Tomitake through her passion for wild bird photography. Yeah, I bet that's what she told him on the first date as well. Resides in Okinomiya X, District X. Single. Witnessed accompanying Tomitake on festival grounds. Currently missing. Abducted? Or maybe a suspect. An important person of interest. Had no motive to kill the deceased. Squabble from jealousy? Need to thoroughly investigate the relationship. Place of work, etc. Need to get information from the police on the scene again. I want some cream puffs. 4 jumbo ones. Oishi. Wishi. I don't know. Was that like a case report or just like turned towards your own personal notes at the end? I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to leave this pair of episodes off here. I've technically been recording for just under an hour and 50 minutes, so this is probably going to be 2 episodes, and I apologize for that in advance. It's just, when it gets good, I can't stop going, okay? Anyway, thank you all for watching these past couple episodes of Higurashi. If you liked the video in any capacity, please feel free to give the video a like down below. Leave a comment on whatever you feel like at this point. And if you want to keep up to date with whenever I post updates, be they of this or anything else that may come down the pipeline. I did want to record something else tonight, but I just wanted to play more Higurashi, damn it. I want to be murdered faster. I want everything to spiral rapidly out of control. Because it's going to, and I'm going to suffer for it. But yeah, if you want to keep up to date with whenever I post anything else, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. In theory, YouTube sends you alerts as to when I post videos, but I don't think it does that anymore. You need to press the bell icon as well, so failing that, well, please do that as well, but really all pressing the subscribe button does is you made me feel good about myself, so thanks for that in advance. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I've been Nix, and I'll see you all in the next one. Laters!